Alright, if you're trying to make butterflies for your 3D scenes in Blender like this, then you came across the perfect video. That being said, let's jump right into it. Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure you have a nice drink. I'm actually almost done with mine, but have a nice drink next to you and launch Blender. Open up Blender. We're gonna go ahead and get rid of our defaults really quick, like delete, get rid of them. And now, before you actually do anything, just please make sure to download a image reference from Google. Just search up butterfly tap view, and you're gonna get a whole bunch of images. Pick one that you like. It doesn't have to be accurate. Download it, go click 7 on your numpad to go to top view, and now you want to go ahead and shift A, and we're going to add a image reference. Go to your downloads, click on your reference that I told you to download, and so we have it here on our top view. So click 7 again to go on top view, right? So now what we're going to do is shift A, and we're going to basically trace around this one wing, and it's going to be pretty quick. So shift A, add a curve. I'm going to show you how to do this really quick. G to grab it and move it. So this place it right where the wing starts from the body, and we want to go into edit mode. So tap view, and then select this right point. G to grab and move. You'll be able to move it like so. Put it somewhere up here. It doesn't have to be accurate, as long as you know it pretty much goes, and it looks like a wing. Select on this point, E to extrude, and it gives you another segment. You'll be able to rotate it like so, and E to extrude again. And you now could go ahead and click on these individual points, and you can start moving them so that you'll get the shape that you're actually looking for. So if we click on this point right here and we move this one, as you can see the line, it's moving. Let me see if I could actually zoom in a bit more. But basically, if you click on different points, you'll be able to G grab, and you'll be able to move them around like so. I think this over here could probably be in a bit more. Over here on this point, we're gonna E to extrude and bring another segment like so. G to grab and move up a little bit. I'll move this one as well. Click on this middle point, E to extrude again, and again, just play around. Feel free. Your shape might be a bit different, so it's just pretty straightforward. It's not rocket science. As long as you practice, you'll get used to tracing any type of object. And again, we're making a butterfly here, but you can actually do pretty much anything with this method. So once you have your 2 points already, so we have the beginning point and the end point, you want to click and drag them, and it's gonna get selected like so. What you want to do is click F on your keyboard, and it's basically gonna go ahead and merge it into one shape. So now that you have this, what you want to do really quick is, while having your curve selected, you want to go into object data properties. You want to switch from 3D to 2D, and you want to make sure that the filled mode is set to both, and this is going to give you this shape right here. Once you have that, what you want to do is right click and convert to a mesh, and now we're going to go ahead and click H on your keyboard to hide it really quick. And it's basically, you know, hidden, so you could toggle this on and off, and it'll go, you know, on and off. So now what we're gonna do really quick is create the body of the butterfly. So for that, we're gonna bring in a cube. So mesh, cube, scale it down a bit like so. We're gonna actually bring this to the top like so. Go into edit mode, so click tab. Make sure you are on face selection mode, so click 3 to go into face selection. And now you wanna select this face right here. Go back to top view like so, and you wanna E to extrude. We're gonna make this a bit bigger like so. E to extrude once more, make it a bit bigger. E to extrude once more, make it smaller. E to extrude, extrude all the way down here, and then E to extrude once more, and then this one we're gonna scale it down like so. So right here, this is our butterfly body. Now you can go ahead and create the antennas if you want, but I'm not gonna do it because again, these small little details are not gonna be noticeable once you have these butterflies. Like you have a whole bunch of them and they're just flying super fast. You're not gonna be able to see those small details, so I'm not gonna worry about that. So go back into object mode, so click tab to exit out of edit mode, and I don't think that we need this reference anymore, so you could either hide it or you could delete it, up to you. But for now, I'm gonna hide it just in case, but I don't think we're gonna need that anymore. And we're gonna unhide this curve that we had hidden from the beginning. And so now all you want to do is make sure that you Shift D to duplicate it, right click to let go back into its default position, RY to rotate on the Y axis by 180. So this is basically gonna mirror, or you could just use the mirror modifier if you're a little bit more advanced and you could get that going. But for now, I'm just gonna pretty much just do it this way so you guys know exactly what it is that I'm doing. So go back into top view and place this wing exactly where you want it. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect because at the end of the day, these are going to be really tiny and you're not going to be able to notice those little details. So once you have your wings placed on the position that you want them, what you want to do is you want to click everything and Control J to merge them into one shape. So now they're just one full shape. And then you want to go into the object data properties and you want to add 2 shape keys like so. So once you have your 2 shape keys added, you want to go into edit mode and you want to make sure that you're not selecting anything. So right now we're selecting this face. Make sure that you click out of the object and it's gonna deselect everything. So now what you want to do is while hovering on top of one of the wings, you want to click on your click L on your keyboard and it's gonna select just one of the wings. And if you go into front view by clicking 1 on your numpad, you'll be able to rotate the wing up like so and move it so that it's somewhere up here. And now you want to do the same thing with this wing. So make sure you are not selecting anything. L to select the left wing, and you want to go into front view, R to rotate it, bring it up like so, and move this somewhere up here. And you could go ahead and keep playing with the position if you want. I'm gonna go ahead and move this up a bit more, and then I think this should work for me. So go back into object mode, and as you can see, the position of the butterfly goes back into that first position that we first had. And then what that does is if you go ahead and increase this value up here, it's gonna be able to do that. So basically that's like a flying animation, but it's yet not animated. And what we're gonna do to get this animation flowing on its own is we're gonna add a value or a keyframe to the value. So click I while hovering on top of the value, and you want to go ahead and bring up your timeline a bit, and then go into graph editor, and then you want to make sure you have your butterfly selected. Go to modifiers, add a modifier. We're gonna add a noise modifier, and then the strength, we're gonna bring this to about, I would say honestly 75 should work. And if you click space bar on your keyboard, you'll have this animation of just the butterfly just basically twitching or flying, which is what we're looking for. All right, so once you have this, you can go ahead and play with the strength if you want, the scale, but honestly this works for me, so I'm not gonna go ahead and mess with it. Maybe what you could do is move this to a 0.5 and you'll get a faster movement going on there. So now that you have this, you want to go into top view, you want to Shift D to duplicate the butterfly, scale it down a bit, and then on the offset, you're gonna go ahead and offset just a little bit. It doesn't have to be too much. Shift D to duplicate one more, maybe a bit smaller, and then again play with the offset just a little bit. And so now you have 3 different duplicates of that butterfly that are moving in different time. So now what you do is you go ahead and select all 3 butterflies and you click on M to move them into a new collection, and we're gonna call this butterfly. So as you can see right now, we have a new collection up here on the right with the 3 butterflies in it. So now that you have this, what we're gonna do is we're gonna create an object. It could be literally anything. It could be a logo, a cube, anything you want. And this object is gonna make the butterflies come to life, and it's gonna let them, basically just fly out. So just keep in mind, this object is not gonna appear in your scene unless you want it to, but it doesn't have to. So we're gonna Shift A, add a cube, because this honestly will do. And to this cube, we're gonna go to particle properties. We're gonna add a new particle system. Make sure that you have the emitter selected. Number, I like to do about 50. More than 50 I don't think we need for this animation. The frame start is gonna be 1, and it's gonna be 1. Lifetime, do about 10,000. You just want them to stay out there for as long as possible, or at least for the full duration of your animation. Once you have this, for the render, bring down the render tab, render as, switch to collection, and then on collection you want to make sure you have your butterfly selected. And as you can see up here, when you click space, you see the butterflies just fall, and you have different sizes, which is why we did this. We had different sizes. All right, so now you want to go ahead and bring down this physics tab, and you want to switch from Newtonian to Boyd's, and you want to put this at 0.02. And as you can see, what this does is this makes them go ahead. It basically just makes them weight less, so they stay flying on the air like so, at a whole lot faster speed, just because their weight is a whole lot less than what we had before. So that's what that means. Now I know other people might not explain that, but I wanted to show you what that means because it's good to know. It's good to know. All right, so now you want to bring this movement tab down, and over here you could pretty much just set it at whatever you want. You can play with it, so it really all depends on what you're trying to get the butterfly to do, how much movement, how fast you want them to go, how much space you want them to have from each other, and all those type of things. So on max airspeed, I like to do 25. Minimum airspeed, I like to do 0.1. Max air acceleration, I like to do 0.75. Max air angular velocity, I like to do 0.05. And on the air's personal space, I like to do 10. Now, again, these numbers right here, these values, I got them. I got a screenshot right here of what I did before, because again, I played before doing this video. I played with this whole animation, which is I actually recommend you to do it, because not only will you be able to get this done, but you could actually apply this to any other concept that you might have in mind. So knowing these things and knowing what each one of these values do will be actually very helpful when it comes to doing future animation or products or whatever it is that you're working on. All right, so that being said, once you have these values inserted, you want to go to Boyd Brain. You want to go ahead and delete these right here by clicking on this minus sign, and you want to add a new one, and this one is going to say follow leader. So once you have this follow leader, what this means is that you're gonna have the butterflies, the particle system, which is the butterflies, you're gonna have them follow any object, and this, or like they say, a leader. So this object could also be anything. It could be any cube, any logo, any text, any person, anything that you could add into 3D space. You can make these butterflies follow it. So that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and add my logo really quick, just because promotional purposes. So double click on it. So I got an SVG over here, class logo. I make sure that I click on all of them. Control J to merge them into one logo and or one object. Make it a bit bigger like so. RX90. We're gonna go ahead and give this some extrusion really quick. Now over here, that you don't have to follow this, but just really quick. So once you have your extrusion like so, depth, we're gonna do 0.001. There we go. So once you have your leader, which is my logo in this case right here, as you can see, I got my logo. You want to go ahead and go back to your particle property or your particle system and set the leader, which is over here. So if you go to Boyd Brain, follow leader, and you go to object and you click on your object, this is what's gonna happen right now. Check this out. You have the butterflies going towards the logo, and you can actually move them and they'll still follow the logo. So this is actually what we're looking to do. This is actually pretty cool, and you could do so many things with this. So I've actually done this before in a different video, but basically the way I did it was with some diamonds. So I made some diamonds follow my logo, and it looked pretty cool. It was a cool video. If you want to check that out, I'll leave a link up top. But anyways, this is pretty much how you get this done. All right, and some quick tip, like I said, you could go ahead and move these butterflies out the way. You don't need them there. You set up a camera, so Shift A, add a camera, 0 to go to camera view, or you could just Control Alt 0 to have it aim at your logo, and to go to view, camera to view, move this up a little bit like so. And as you can see, we got our butterflies right there following the logo. After you apply some material, some camera movement, some logo movement, you should end up with something like this. Check it. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to drop a like down below. Comment what you want to see next. If you had any type of issues or problems, make sure to comment down below and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. That being said, I hope you enjoyed the video once again. I'll see you on the next one.